Good morning. Thank you for tuning to the channel. Eric Bernaccio here, coming with the daily reflections reading from Alcoholics Anonymous. Today is June 10th, 2020, and the topic is Impatient, Try Levitating. We reacted more strongly to frustrations than normal people. Impatience with other people is one of the principal failings. Following a slow car in a no passing lane or waiting in a restaurant for the check drives to distraction. Before I give God a chance to slow me down, I explode, and that's what I call being quicker than God. That repeated experience gave me an idea. I thought if I could look down on these events from God's point of view, I might better control my feelings and behavior. I tried it, and when I encountered the next slower driver, I levitated and turned down. I levitated and looked down on the other car and upon myself. I saw an elderly couple driving along, happily chatting about their grandchildren. They were followed by me, bug-eyed and red-faced, who had no time schedule to meet anyway. I looked so silly that I dropped back into reality and slowed down. Seeing things from God's angle of vision can be very relaxing. This is a great reading right here. I've never actually heard this before. And I'm going to start using this as, I'm going to start placing this into application in my own life. Because we need to take into consideration other people's point of views and what's going on and all the moving parts and look at things from the view of God. So when it's saying levitating, it's telling yourself, it's in this reading, it's telling us to go up to the level where God is and see both circumstances and don't react as your flesh is driving you to react, but act as if God would want you to react. I like here where it says, before I give God a chance to slow me down, I explode, and that's what I call being quicker than God. We must not be quicker than God, because God's timing is always perfect, and we must recognize that there is always something that has taken place, or there is always a reason for something that has taken place, and we need to just recognize that God has a plan. And when we decide to take things into our own hand and take the wheel of our car, of our spiritual car, then we usually crash because we're not giving God the proper amount of time to let things unfold. Like this person said here, like they had no time schedule to meet. They were just upset that they were stuck behind a slow car. And how many times have we done that? Like I would get upset or pass the person, this and that. But we need to take things into perspective from a godly view. Or the same thing with being impatient, waiting in a line at the grocery store, at the bank, or waiting on a check to get your bill at a restaurant. Or you made an appointment for somewhere, but they didn't have you scheduled properly. So when you get there, somebody else just got in there before you and you're going to have to wait. These are all things that happen on a daily basis because life happens and you can't control these things. These are all things that are out of your control. So when you try to take control of these things, that's when you're interfering with God and you're not giving Him the chance. And you are ultimately being quicker than God, and you're playing God. So therefore, your own desires and wills are possibly altering the path in which God has called us to do. Although God knows exactly what we're going to do at all times, and He gives them the freedom of will to be able to choose what we're going to do, it might not be what He had planned for us when we take our will back. And that's why we have trials and tribulations in which we face. Instead of going through the mountain, we might keep going around the mountain over and over for years when there's just a simple way just to walk right through it. I like here where it says, I drop back into reality and slow down. Seeing things from God's angle of vision can be very relaxing. This will give you peace of mind, serenity, and this will give you the ability to have complete understanding and compassion for others and where they're at, and know that we are all human and we all make mistakes and we all have our own faults and we all have things in our lives that are distractions. So before next time your impatience seems to become overbearing and you're getting angry or frustrated in a situation, take a view from God's angle, and I promise you that you'll be able to get through that situation in a much calmer manner than you ever have before. So I hope this word helps somebody, and everybody have a blessed day. Thank you.